Today is the 1 year anniversary of me quitting the job that almost took my life. What's going on, bro? Welcome to the video. So, like I just said, today marks 1 year of me leaving a job that pretty much ruined my life. So I just wanted to come on here, tell my story, because I feel like a lot of people pretty much are in a situation or they are at a job where they currently do not like, or they just stay there because they think they have to. And I'm telling you, that is not the case. Pretty much when I moved here, I didn't have a job. I was pretty much packed up all my things, not having a plan, and just basically going with the flow. That was our plan when we moved down here. And as soon as I got down here, looked for some jobs, and I ended up getting a part-time job at Amazon and a part-time job at Dick's Sporting Goods. So I was working 2 jobs, part-time, not full-time, no benefits, and I was going on 25 years old. No, yeah, 20. I was 24. I was 24. I was 24 years old, and I pretty much, worked like that for I think almost a year or so. So it was a year had gone past, and I finally got a full-time job working at a concrete plant. And I basically got in because I knew the person that was working there, and he pretty much got me in, and yeah, that was the beginning. So I was basically So I first started off as a loader operator. So for those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically what the loader is. It's got like a big shovel bucket in the front where you can pick up gravel or sand and load it up into anything, or you can load up buckets of dirt or concrete and load it into a truck and do things of that nature, right? So that was the beginning. Then I ended up moving up in the company and started to drive the cement truck, and then moved on to the next step, which was the position I was at, was basically just making the concrete and, pouring what we needed to make for the day. So the company just basically poured rooftops and columns and walls for big buildings, corporate buildings, parking garages, warehouses, things of that nature. I was there for about going on 3 years, I believe. And at the time, the company had gotten a big project, and it was added on top of the projects that they already have, not knowing how much workload was put onto a place that couldn't handle the workload, obviously. So typically a regular day you would pour around 300 yards of concrete, and with that project it added another 300 or so. So we're pouring close to 600 yards of concrete a day, and typically you can probably pour 300 yards depending on how fast you want pour it. You could probably pour within an 8-hour day, right? So obviously adding the rest of that for the other project was damn near all day, right? That's why we started at 4 in the morning and ended until whenever. So, and we basically couldn't start pouring concrete unless the actual frame was ready, right? Because you got to lay down rebar and wood and shit like that, and a whole other, it's a whole different world when it comes to this construction stuff. So it was basically my first blue collar job, and yeah, basically that's where it all started. So it all took a turn whenever we got that project, right? Because nobody knew what was going on, no structure, no game plan, no strategy, just go with the flow, get it done however you can, whenever you can, right? So that started. Obviously, the first few months were rough, and we had to get the ball rolling. So we were basically all working crazy amounts of hours, And then time kept going on, and it just ramped up even more hours, short staff. And then we started to get more people in, but that obviously did not help because you had to train somebody to, do this type of work, and it just slows you down even more. So a pain in the ass. I was basically doing a supervisor's job with no supervisor pay. And I remember just one day just working 20 hours and had to be there 4 hours later. I ended up not doing that, obviously, because I was at home sleeping and ended up waking up late, and then showed up to work late, and we ended up getting our asses chewed out. So, and it was no help that we only had one supervisor for 3 departments, which was pretty much a lead cause in all of this. And when you have no structure or game plan or organization, how are you supposed to get anything done? And how is anybody supposed to, work the hours that they need to work? And because basically, if you think about it, it's borderline slavery on how many hours that we were putting in. Typically, that is not humanly possible. Yeah, you are getting paid overtime, but what's the point if you're there all fucking day and you can't go home, see your family, do things that you like to do, and do that day in and day out for 6 days a week? Yeah, pretty much that was how it went until the actual supervisor wanted me to be the lead position in the department. And obviously the lead of the department in that time did not like that, so he ended up leaving the plant. So that put all the workload on me. But as soon as we got like some structure and pretty much things going, that took about like maybe 2-3 weeks at max. So we were all working like 12 hours, not like 14-16 hours a day. We had actually had gotten a routine down, and we were basically just working 10-12 hour shifts, and it was going good. And then boom, that happened. All the workload was put on me again, and that's basically when it went straight downhill from there. I just remember, going in every day and just fucking hating my life, not wanting to be there, breaking down multiple times. I can't even remember how many times I broke down at work, just tears falling from my face from not wanting to be there, hating my life, and just knowing that there's more to life than just working a job 15, 16, 17, 18 hours a day, not being able to do the things that you love, not being able to go home, not being able to sleep. There was some nights where I only got like 4 hours of sleep and had to go back to work. Like, that is not humanly right, I believe. And it took a toll on me physically, mentally, emotionally. I never really had mental health problems until then, and I just felt like trapped, and I didn't want to reach out for help, because as a man, reaching out for help is like considered weak. And at the time, I just didn't know how to. And I remember just texting my ex at the time, just breaking down, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't take it. I hate my life. I don't want to be here anymore. And I just basically just got no support. I just felt alone, lost, tired, exhausted, confused. I honestly didn't know what to do, and I feel like that was my only cry for help. And I just didn't get any feedback or support, and that's probably like the main thing that I remember throughout that whole process. And that day is like it's very imprinted in my brain because, that's like the only day that I remember clearly, because I was literally breaking down, asking for help, and it just it just wasn't there, and I just remember, trying to pull myself back together, and I eventually did, and my supervisor ended up walking into the office and asked me if everything was okay, and I just shook my head yes and didn't say anything, and I knew that it wasn't okay. So, but yeah. So basically, that was the point where I knew, like, I can't take this anymore, and I actually thought about quitting before the other guy left, the guy that was ahead of me, just because I couldn't take it anymore. Like, that's not a way to live life, and I felt like my life was more valuable than working a job where you are replaceable, and that's pretty much anywhere. So honestly, if you're in that position or in a similar situation and you want to get out of a job that you hate and you don't like going to, just remember that you are replaceable, bro. Like, a company does not give a fuck about you unless you are making them millions and millions of dollars. Even in that case, you still are replaceable. Corporate America, they don't care. You're just a number to them. They can find somebody else to do the job for them, you know what I mean? Same salary and all. But yeah, you just have to put yourself in a better position, and find different ways to that's going to help you better your life. So if you are in a job that you hate, get yourself in a better position, and take that risk, take that leap of faith, and go for it, man. At the end of the day, you have to be happy. This is your life, and it's nobody else's. You have to take back control of it, and it's your duty to do so. So yeah, I pretty much ended up quitting that place, and found a job within the next 1 or 2 weeks, and grew with that company. But I ended up leaving that company as well, because I had gotten into a better position to where I am at now, and it can potentially build me a better career and make more money. But yeah, it just takes time. You just have to follow your gut, follow what you want to do in life, and just go for it, man. Take that risk. We're only here for a certain amount of time. I mean, you can't just sit back and wait for an opportunity. You have to go out there and get it, bro. Yeah, like I said, I just wanted to come on here, share my story, just in case anybody else is going through a similar situation where you are not satisfied in your life and you are working a job that you hate. Just know that if you feel like your mental health is not where it should be, you need to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, bro. We all need help sometimes. Go to therapy if you need to. Talk to somebody. Talk to a close friend. Talk to a coworker. Talk to anybody. That's the one thing I didn't do, and I should have. I should have spoke out when everything was falling apart, and I feel like I screwed a lot of relationships up, and a lot of opportunities that I could have potentially had, but just because I didn't speak up. But we just live life and look back at our past experiences and just learn from them, So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I hope you guys enjoyed my experience, my story, and yeah, subscribe for more content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.